Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. Back during the dark days of the coof scare, government agencies were making those tax dollars rain, and it didn't take much proof to get hold of some of that cheese. It was so easy to get money that the Inspector General reported more than $200 billion were obtained fraudulently. Gangbangers then turned around and used those funds to purchase guns through straw sales. The influx of cash caused street prices to soar, to the point that one DHS agent told the Chicago Sun-Times the back alley price for a Glock jumped from about $700 to about $1,000. But it's not just purely speculative either. Many of the names in recent gun and drug cases in the Chicago area kept popping up in applications for coof loans. If only I knew how easy it would be to buy a new gun. But it would be impossible for us to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Vault Pro, proudly manufacturing the finest American-made safes, vault doors, safe rooms, and storm shelters. And by Double Black. Double Black's all-American-made 416R stainless barrels are threaded half by 28 and button-rifled at 1 in 10 twist, so you can shoot cast, plated, or jacketed ammo. They're ready to use with no hand fitting required, and a thread protector is included. Modular, versatile, and mission-driven, the Hydra Mark 15 quick and easy caliber changes give you a whole lot of options without costing a whole lot of money. A study recently published by the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority found 80% of firearm homicide victims were criminals. Not exactly shocking news, but it's nice to be able to put a number to it. I don't want to be flippant about human life, of course, especially when some of these people may have broken laws which I disagree with. But the takeaway here, I think, is if you're not out there criming, then you're not likely to get shot. Hey, remember all those guns left behind by Sleepy Joe after we finished schwacking Al-Qaedas in Afghanistan? Remember everyone saying how it was only a matter of time before they showed up in terrorist attacks somewhere else? Yeah, we weren't wrong. It's quite obvious some of the weapons used by Hamas in recent attacks are US issued.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
This seems so familiar. I just can't quite put my finger on it. The ATF doesn't want anyone to find out about their secret, unethical, and illegal spying operations, so they're trying to prevent the GOA from exposing them. Through a series of FOIA requests, the GOA discovered the ATF, FBI, and numerous other law enforcement agencies have been spying on gun buyers through NICS. The FBI provides state and federal law enforcement agents and even non-LE employees of the ATF access to gun purchase records, including the buyer's name, address, and the model of the gun purchased, all without a warrant, probable cause, or even reasonable suspicion, and in clear violation of congressional rules.
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Except some of these people aren't even suspected of committing a crime. Some were targeted because the ATF deemed them too poor to buy guns. One guy was spied on because he liked to buy guns and tinker with them, then later sell them at a loss. These people may be spied on for months, and there is simply no oversight whatsoever or any way to find out if you're the target of the spying. But that's not even the whole story.
Wait till I get going!
When the ATF responded to one of the FOIA requests, they annotated portions which should have been redacted, but they failed to, actually redact the info in the copy they provided to the GOA. Lawyers for the GOA notified the ATF of their mistake and requested a properly redacted set of documents, but the ATF responded by trying to get a court to force the GOA to destroy the documents. Of course, the GOA has no interest in the social security numbers or other private information of the victims of the surveillance. They just want this rogue agency to be held accountable. So last Friday, they filed a motion to oppose the ATF's motion to destroy the evidence of their illegal spying. If you folks want to help the GOA stick it to the man, please take a moment to go to donate.gunowners.org and flip them a few quatloos. Come on, you know you were just gonna spend that money on Miami Tiger Stripe Ranger panties anyway. An explosion at Hornady killed one woman and seriously injured another man. The government Lake City ammo plant, which is operated by Winchester, supplies about 1/3 of the 5.56 on the civilian market, but they recently canceled all their civilian contracts. That likely means the US government increased its purchasing, possibly in relation to the events in Israel. And a Czechoslovakian firm purchased Vista Outdoor, which includes the Spear, Federal, CCI, Estate, Remington, Heavy Shot, and Alliant powder brands. That doesn't necessarily mean there will be any disruption in production, but it is unsettling to have so many ammo brands owned by a foreign company, and they might be resistant to make substantial changes like adding production capacity so soon after the deal. Please don't start panic buying. But yeah, we might see some shortages. Panic buying only makes things worse though and rewards scalpers. So please try to resist. If you learned your lesson from the last several shortages, you won't be affected by this one. If this is your first shortage, well, hang on tight, and when things loosen up, make sure you stack it deep. Hey, you remember that FUD gun shop owner who stole a customer's P80? He got raided by the ATF. A couple of weeks ago, I told you about how Shooter's Den took a customer's P80 because it didn't have a serial number and the customer was under 21. By the way, it is, of course, perfectly legal under federal law for an adult under 21 to build, own, or carry a handgun, and homemade guns don't have to have a serial number. Oh yeah, and also gun store owners are not cops and they can't seize evidence even if a crime had been committed. Unfortunately, it looks like the ATF raid doesn't actually have anything to do with the theft, and this idiot was already under investigation when he stole the gun. In fact, the attention from the ATF could have been what spurred the gun shop owner to try to curry favor from the Fed boys by taking the gun. In any case, F Troop says they bought guns from Shooter's Den on 3 separate occasions, and he violated the law every time. Reading between the lines in the local news story, it sounds like they bought a pistol with a brace and a rifle with a forced reset trigger, which they claim to be a machine gun, of course. If so, this could be the first criminal case involving either device, except there's currently no word of any charges being filed. If I had to bet, I'd guess they're going to nail him to the wall on paperwork errors and avoid bringing the brace or FRT cases to trial, because, you know, they don't want to lose out on that whole all of the NFA thing, which is going to happen in a criminal trial. And now for your moment of Zen. Hey friends, do you like pews and other pew-related things? Do you want to help us keep delivering you pure, uncut American pew propaganda at the low, low price of free fitting? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.